Hey folks, welcome to Testing Hacks. In this video, we are going to see JSON. So, what do you mean by JSON? Basically, this is a format that is used to transfer the data between one system to another system. So, that is actually a way of communication between two systems. So, let us understand in this video what is JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON is a text-based data exchange format. Okay, as I mentioned here, the data will communicate. I mean to say that the two systems will communicate to each other via this language, which is called JavaScript Object Notation. Previously, XML was used, but later on, after some days, then they adapted to this JSON, and it is very popular. JSON provides data communication with some specific rules. There are some set of rules that it will follow to communicate. Okay, some curly braces and then the square bracket, all these are important, and how the data will talk to each other. In the sense, there will be a conversion that happens. It can only convert this JSON format, right? So only that way it can communicate to each other. It is a collection of key value pairs where the key must be a string type and the value can be of any of the following types. Let us see what are the different types it supports. Basically, it is a key value pair. One is number format, it supports string, boolean, array, object, and null. Boolean in the sense either true or false. So these type of um data it supports, or these types of values a JSON will support. JSON data will be stored in a file with the extension of .json. If you want to save this file, JSON file, you can just save it by putting the extension as .json. It is built on two structures. One is a collection of name value pairs, and another one is an ordered list of values. Let us understand these two. So one is through the collection of name and value pairs, which is an unordered list. Basically, if you see the object, right, object is actually a unordered list. So how the data will be stored, here it will be enclosed in a curly brace like this, and also it is a key value pair. We will represent this as a key and this as a value, and also it must be separated with a comma so that the next key can be entered. Oh, okay, so here we don't have any further data, so we can skip the comma. Okay, and if you notice the structure, how it is enclosed in a curly braces with key value which is represented in a string format, and value which is also represented in a double quotes in case of string. If it is an integer, we can directly go ahead and write it in without double quotes. Okay, so this is an object. It is basically an unordered list, or it is a collection of name and value or key value pairs. Let us see an ordered list of values. Ordered list of values is also known as array. So this is how an array can be represented. It starts with the square bracket, and previously also we can have an whenever we are writing this JSON, right, we will see that structure too later. Okay, it will be enclosed in this square bracket. Post that, this is one object, and okay, and it is separated by a comma. This is another object which is also separated by another comma, and this is also another object. So this is how we can represent an array format too. It is quite simple. It is a key value pair, okay, which is represented with the key value mandatorily should be represented in a string format. Okay, this should always be a string, right? And also it is enclosed with the square bracket for one object, and to represent it in array, we'll write the square bracket. Let us see what are all the rules or things that they will follow while writing this JSON format or JSON file. In JSON data format, keys must be enclosed in double quotes. I mentioned about the key, which is always will be written in a double quote. Key must be written in double quote, but remember value can be string. If it is a string format, then we will represent it in an double quote. Okay, and the next rule is the key and value must be separated by a colon symbol. If you notice, I'll definitely show you another example, but if you have noticed in the previous slide, right, you might have seen a key. After that, there will be a colon, and then we will write the value of it. And there can be multiple key value pairs. Two key value pairs must be separated by a comma symbol. Whenever we write a comma, it represents either another object or another key value pair that we are writing. No comments are allowed in the JSON data. Okay, so these are the main rules you have to follow while writing the JSON format. Let us see a simple syntax of how it looks. For you to remember, let me show you an example of it. So here in this example, if we see, it is basically a key value pair. Okay, and it is just an unordered list. If you separate, if you want to write any new key value pair, you have to separate it by a comma. So now we can write another key value pair, key, and then semicolon, and then we have to write this value. This is one thing you have to remember, and this is how the general syntax looks like. Okay, and also remember there will be a space over here. This is how it is represented: a key and then a space, colon, and then a value. Whenever we say how to write the array of objects or array, if we want to represent an a JSON array, this is how I will write, which starts with a curly brace and then a pair of uh, square braces, and then here the object will be represented. After one object, it will be separated by a comma, and the next object will be written. Let us see an example. Here this is kind of a nested array. So first thing, we have a pair of curly braces, and here we have written we want to represent multiple arrays. So what we will do is we will name this something like students. Here this is a key, and here I'm going to represent it in an array format. So this is one JSON object, comma, separated, and the next object I have written and comma. So here this is one complete pair. Okay, and after separating it via comma, I can write the my next key. This is next key separated by a colon, and then I'm going to write another set of objects with this array. Okay, and finally we'll be closing this with the curly braces. So this is general structure how it looks like. In case of complex queries, we'll be having a lengthy objects in that particular JSON format. So hope this video was helpful for you. If you have liked this video, please do like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.